Yo, what is happening, dudes? Alright, so today is like a super exciting day for me. I am so stoked. Finally got these in the mail today. I ordered them about 2 weeks ago. It took them like a week to ship them, but they are finally here. Anyway, so these are the Varrstoen ES2 wheels. I decided to go with the 19-inch platform because my front bumper is aftermarket, and it's the Kuruma Z bumper, as shown right here. And so it hangs down a little bit lower than the stock bumper, maybe about 2 or 3 inches. I'm not exactly sure, don't quote me on that. But it does hang pretty low, and it scrapes everywhere, even at stock height. Like, I'm riding coilovers right now, but I'm riding at stock height because I just didn't want to scrape the shit out of it. But now that I got these wheels, I'm going to go ahead and adjust those coilovers to, just so I can have some badass wheel fitment. So right now I'm just going to kind of showcase the rim, show you guys exactly what's going on with this thing. I also want to be installing the valve stem, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I already installed the valve stem on the other 3 rims, so I just got one right here to showcase you guys. Pretty much what I did is I picked up the 19s. They are 9.5 in width, 9.5 inches, so they're pretty wide. I'm going to be rocking 265 40 R19s in the back and 255 40 R19 tires in the front. And I'll go ahead and show you guys those tires in a little bit. They're just covered up right now because they stink up my room. I don't have a fucking garage, so I gotta be chilling in my room right now. But that's cool, no worries. So yeah, this is pretty much the wheel. What I really like about this rim is that the outside lining of it, or actually the inside of the rim, which would be inside of the tire, it fades off into this nice black finish, as well as the inside. It actually doesn't fade to it. It goes straight to black on the inside. I'll go ahead and show you guys some clips of that. So you can get a good idea of what it looks like. Here's a great tool on 1010tires.com. That's 1010tires.com. Not sponsored, but I want to go ahead and show you guys this information because it was super helpful for me to find the right sizes for my car. Pretty much what you do is you just type in the sizes of your stock rims versus the sizes of your new rims, and it'll show you how much more it's going to stick out, how many more millimeters it's going to stick out on the external part, which is going to be where the rim meets the fender, and then on the inside part, it's going to show you how much less clearance you're going to have between your strut and your rim, and the inside of your rim. So it was very helpful for me to know the right measurements to get for my car because I do not want to run spacers. Unfortunately, Varrstoen didn't have like the perfect wheels for me, so I did pick up some 5mm spacers that I'm going to be running in the fronts only. The backs are perfect. They stick out about 24mm, more than the stock rims. So my rear rims currently are running on 25mm spacers, so it's going to look great with the fender. That's going to be perfect. In the front, it sticks out about 14mm, and I'm currently running 20mm spacers in the front on my stock rims. So these will give it the extra 5 mils to make it about 19, which is close to 20, close enough to 20. So my fronts will be about 20mm out, my rears will be 24mm out, and they'll be nice and flush with the fender. I can't wait. Pretty much tomorrow I'm going to be going to DT Tires and Performance. I'm going to drop off my rims, my tires. I'm going to get the tires mounted to the rims, and then yeah, once I get them back, the following day I will be installing them because I also want to get my my camber arms in. I got some True Heart camber arms. So these are my True Heart adjustable camber arms. They're pretty nice. They're heavy duty. They got some really nice rubber bushings in there, just like the stock one. Pretty much, the only reason why I'm putting these in there is so that I can zero out my camber. I'm not trying to go camber stance gain. I'm not trying to get into all those like extra negative cambered out wheels. No, that ain't my style. I'm just going to try and negative out the camber. This way I can get the car sideways a little bit easier when I put my burner wheels on. I will not be drifting in these, okay? No. As soon as I get the wheels and camber arm kit on, I'm going to go straight to Tire Kingdom. I'm going to get it balanced, and I'm going to get it aligned, and I should be golden. And then before I go, I'm going to be adjusting my wheel fitment a little bit, so it's going to be looking nice before I go. This way it's going to be at the perfect ride height that I want it. I'm going to get it aligned and balanced, and we'll be golden. You guys know I had to go a little bit ricered out. I had to pick up my awesome lug nuts. I picked up these open-ended lug nuts. They're pretty long, so I think they'll look really nice when they're sticking out of the wheel. And I like how you can get a whole socket over this thing without it having to grind up the edges here. So the lug nuts won't look ugly when they're on the car. They'll look really nice. The black will really look nice with the hyperblack. So I think we're golden with that. And just as an extra safety measure, I'm putting on these locking nuts. Ain't nobody stealing my rims. So yeah, check it out. These are the locking nuts. This is the key. We're golden. I'm not going to be switching over my tire pressure, my TPMS sensors. My light has already been going off. It's been going off ever since I bought the car. I don't want to buy these sensors because they're like $120 per sensor. I could just deal with the light or try to find a way around it. I know there's really no way around it, but I'm just going to keep researching. And if not, if I have to deal with the light, then I'll deal with the light. So let's go ahead and install this thing. Yeah, now that you guys seen the rim, you guys seen the tires, let's go ahead and show you guys how to install the valve stem that I picked up from AutoZone. This is actually a really nice valve stem for these rims because they match perfectly. I mean, I know the rims are hyper black. This is just pretty much regular aluminum. So check it out, guys. This is the valve stem hole. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my valve stem right here. So we're left with the valve stem right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the valve stem, go on the inside of the rim right here, put it in the hole. All you guys out there, you should know how to do that. So I'm just holding it with my finger from the inside. I'm gonna take this other gasket. It's like a little rubber grommet piece. The way they fit best on this rim is if you put them in just like this, where there's a little gasket on the top, because that rim piece right there fits perfectly into the little rim that this valve stem hole has. This valve stem is pretty short, so a little difficult to get the locking nut on there once you get the gasket as well as the washer on there. Okay, so I finally got it on. This rim actually gave me the most trouble out of all the other rims. The other rims were just fine because they actually had a little lip on the inside of the rim that kind of caved in, that allowed this washer to fit in there. This washer is actually a little bit more tight, so what I did was I just kind of shaved down that washer towards the inside. I finally got the nut on there. I actually had to use a freaking sock. You know, if you guys have gloves, you guys can use gloves, but I used a sock to try and get it all the way in there because my fingers were hurting really bad. I had to push it down while turning it so it'll actually catch the threads. So check it out. So I have a 14mm socket here. Fits on it just perfectly. All that there's left to do now is to torque it down to spec, which is only about 3 pounds or 3 foot-pounds. I'm going to be using the world's worst torque wrench. It's the cheapest and literally the worst that you could buy because you have to wait for this needle and you have to look at it and see where you want it. And the first marker is number 10. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's number 10, and I need to torque it down to 3 foot-pounds. So I'm just gonna watch it move up just a little bit like that, and then I should be fine. I wanna do this very carefully. Make sure you do not scuff the rim at all. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Dumbass. So you guys can see on the inside here, the gasket is pretty much all smushed on, nice and sealed around it. So we won't have any leaking issues. It's nice and tight. Oh God, these are so ugly. Alright guys, we are locked and loaded. We're ready to go to DT Tires. Go ahead and drop off these rims and tires, and I will probably pick them up around lunchtime because I have to go straight to work afterwards, so catch you later. Alright, so I just picked up the wheels. You can see them back there. I'll give you guys a better look when I'm not driving and when I mount them later on today. Alright guys, check it out. I got my car in the street right now. Over here we got the new wheels, boys. Centric spacers I'm going to be putting on. Push it out a little bit more. It's pretty far out though, I'm not gonna lie. Might not even need these. Let's do it anyway. That is some clean ass shit. Fitment isn't even that bad. I could definitely go lower on these. Oh my God, this car looks so good right now.